Hotep brothers and sisters, Black Power, giving honor to the Creator, the ancestors. As always, my sister, Chief of Staff, Brother Harris Abdul, my father, my in-laws, and all of the ancestors. And you brothers and sisters out there, friends and followers, subscribers, and also those who are fighting for the liberation and salvation of our black nation. First of all, giving the Hotep and Black Power and a shout out to Brother Glenn and Fred and the rest of the brothers out that Tacoma Park crew. The Creator is watching over you all, and I ask the Creator to give you all guidance and protection and strength. Today I'm going to talk about the prison industrial complex, which is something that is never discussed enough, and enough is not enough emphasis and strength and power put into the prison industrial complex for us to change the status of this situation, because this is a detrimental situation that our brothers and sisters are in that are held behind enemy lines. And so the prison industrial complex, where our brothers and sisters are caged. But let me just focus on the brothers for right now. Let's focus on the male population in prison today. There are over 2 million black men incarcerated behind enemy lines today in these concentration camps that we call jails, prisons, penitentiaries, correctional centers, halfway houses, and the like. But actual confinement, there are over 2 million black males, and that's not including halfway houses, pre-release programs, drug programs, house arrest, parole and probation. Doesn't even include that. 2.3 million of our brothers are in these concentration camps, and I'm just going to discuss some of the things that you may not know about that takes place in this prison and how our brothers are being used. As you can see, this looks like a 1850 scene, a 1850 plantation scene, and this is a 2017 photo of what goes on in our prisons today. These concentration camps, these slave labor camps, this prison for profit or organization that are making billions, almost in the trillions, off the blood, sweat, and tears of black men here in the United States. And as you can see, they're pulling not tobacco, but probably some type of vegetable. Very, very extensive hard labor with an overseer with a .305 Winchester rifle on a shitty horse. Deep down inside, he hopes that one of those brothers would run so he can put another notch on his arm, a tattoo notch on his arm that he's killed another nigga. And this is what goes on in these prisons today. This scene is no different than an 1850 scene. And don't get it twisted. It's not like they have a choice in this matter. That's why it's called slave labor. Our brothers have to get down like this, or else there are some severe consequences, like being placed in the hole, not being fed food, being in the hole with no lights on, where you don't know if it's day or night, or what day it is, period. no food, eating this thing called a nutritional loaf, which consists of uh, old navy beans, old vegetables, rotten greens, and whatnot that were served last week or the week before last to the inmates in the kitchen. You know, that stuff is not thrown away. It's mixed up and made into a flat patty, and then it's baked. And it's called nutritional loaf. Very, 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 very nasty. It's nearly undigestible. I know about that personally. I know about that personally. Once again, same scene. If this was a black and white photo with some wear and tear on it, you would not be able to tell this from an actual 1850 photo of slaves, our ancestors on a plantation. You know, and it's and prison labor is slavery. It's slavery. You know, it's just that simple. As you can see, it's regulated. It's regulated slavery. And it's so deep. This thing gets so deep. Let me give you an example of what may happen to you if you were to catch some type of felony and end up having to do time in a prison, primarily state or federal institutions. After you are processed and you go through your diagnostics and your process, and you're sent to one of these camps, you end up working for one of these corporations for 19 cents. I believe you can go as high as a dollar a day, 80, 90 cents a day. You know, 12 to 15 hours worth of labor, hard labor, and you're putting together, you may be building gas pumps for Exxon or Shell or Chevron. You may be putting together window washers, trash cans for gas stations. Or you working at the Pepsi Cola plant, recycling bottles. You may be working at GE, making gas bulbs. Microsoft, making some of our brothers that are confined make boards that go into CPUs for Microsoft. Put together programs, make flash drives. You know, all types of labor, hard labor. You know, working for Boeing, where you may be putting together a airplane blade, a propeller blade for a commercial airplane. You know, this is no joke. This is no joke. You know, and just like it says, you know, just a few corporations that they let you know that prison is profit. Keep the people coming in. Keep locking them up. Keep setting them up. So they can make things for JCPenney, Sara Lee, Boeing, Walmart, IBM, Chevron, Target, Unicor. You know, Unicor where they make furniture for IKEA, Value City Furniture, making wash machine parts. And some even make speakers, walkie-talkie, putting together walkie-talkies for Motorola. A job out here that would normally pay about anywhere from 70 to 100,000 plus a year, with benefits, with full benefits. Our brothers do it for maybe $30 a month, and that's just enough for you to buy enough food to survive on. Ramen noodles, some Gatorades, some crackers, some cookies, maybe a hairbrush, some shower shoes, some soap and deodorant. And then that's it. Things that we take for granted are luxury items in prison, such as a bar soap, Dove soap, or some body wash, or some clean, decent shower shoes that you won't slip and break your neck in. You know, ordering a book to elevate your thinking. And see, a lot of times when those books and DVDs come into the prison system, they don't allow, you only allowed a certain amount of black consciousness information in the form of DVDs or books, because they regret, and that's one of their biggest fears, is to have black men inside that are educated, that are highly conscious, functioning on a high frequency. Their vibration is so high, but they've connected with their ancestors, and they're working on a plan not to just get out, but to be profitable when they get out, back out in society, and to find a way to pull their brothers out off these concentration camps. And it's hard labor. No excuses. If you quit, or if you're not working fast enough, you go into solitary confinement for at least 30 days. No lights, no bed, just a mattress, one sheet, and that's it. Until they break you. And I've seen men being broken to the point where they've become so humble that it is sad, but it's also frightening. So what do we do about this? You know, this is considered a small dormitory with about 250 men. 250 men that are locked in. So if you ever was to have a disagreement or some type of altercation, and you are in the back, you have to fight your way to the front of that dormitory if you need help from a correctional officer. Otherwise, you are short and you possibly may lose your life. As you can see, there's no fans. For every 100 people, they may have one fan. And everybody thinks the fan is supposed to point their way. This is some of the horrible conditions that exist in these prisons. But see, when they show this shit on television, they show the cleanest cells, the cleanest unit, to give the impression that, these institutions are spotless, and it's the total opposite. you know, shower water up to almost 6-7 inches high because the drain is clogged up. Semen floating around in the stopped up water. Pubic hairs everywhere. And you have to get in that shit and bathe. The water gets cold in 5 minutes. So if you use up if you take a 6-minute shower, you may have to fight for your life when you come out of that shower because you've used all the hot water. But nevertheless, you have three forms of slavery. The first form is when the physical capture and brought over here to this country. You see the brother with the net and the shackles, leg irons and wrist irons. And then you have slavery for profit, where these crackers will come on the penitentiary prison grounds and would purchase 5 or 6 or 20 men to do certain work on the outside. And then you have today's. It's no different. It's no different. This is organized slavery. And need I tell you, black men die every day from heat exhaustion, strokes, heart attacks, because age doesn't have anything to do with it. The older you are, the more minute your job will be out on the plantation. They have brothers with one arm, a half of a leg, that are out there in that field. And I showed y'all that in the video a couple of videos ago about the brother that was drafted by the NFL, I believe Seattle Seahawks, that had one hand. And then I showed you the picture of a slave that had one arm and one leg and was still working on the plantation. This shit ain't a game. It's not a game. The brother in the middle sitting there, he's in a wheelchair. That's just not a chair. He's posing for a picture. He's in a wheelchair. These are just some of the brothers that are confined in these federal and state institutions. And what needs to happen is a major insurrection in all of these prisons, which I believe is going to take place in the years to come. Because you can only confine, you can only beat and whip a black man but so much until he completely erupts. And that's what needs to happen. A major, major, major eruption. There are hundreds, maybe thousands will lose their lives in this process. But at the same time, it'll be thousands of enemies that will be joining them. Just like in Haiti. Same way in Haiti, 1804. You never hear them discuss that. Now, another thing I want to discuss is Bill Cosby in prison. Although, Bill played a major part in his situation, a lot of people have different views on Bill Cosby. That he was a rapist, he deserved it, he was a Tom, he said negative things about black people, and so on and so on, which are all true. But at the same time, if it was, Bill Cosby has, his age is a factor in this. However, prison doesn't have any picks. And I don't want to have to go on the news and see Bill Cosby turn into Miss Bill, and and I hope if he does go to prison, I hope he's looked out for, and not looked out after. So really, it's serious on one hand, but for the most part, it's just a little humor, But we just wish the elder brother well. Once again, although he's guilty of some things he's done, and as well as said some bootlicking stuff back in the day. Do we forgive him? Do we give him a pass? Or you make the decision. You make that decision. And one thing I wanted to discuss is never give up. Never give up. No matter what your situation is, no matter what you're dealing with, no matter what your circumstances are, never give up. Never throw in the towel. Never give up. You could be, and most of the times, you could be in the confines, in prison, in the prison cell doing time. Still, do not give up. If you're locked down, and this is a message for the brothers that are locked down. Get with some brothers that are searching for knowledge. Brothers that are holding study groups, whether it's Bible study or studying the Quran, the holy Quran of the Moorish science or whatever. Hebrew, Israelites, it doesn't matter. Someone that is, anyone that is trying to elevate their knowledge, their level of consciousness, their vibration. Get with those people. Stay out of trouble. Don't get involved with the illusion. These are fucked up luxuries. Fags. Fuck books. Gambling. All of that shit is a trap. All that is to get you caught up inside. Get you where you're weaving a web, entangling yourself in a web of destruction inside. Once again, get with some brothers that are that are studying, that are reading. If not, do it yourself. Do it yourself. Because a lot of times, a lot of brothers will sit in prison not knowing they could be getting out if they re-study and reevaluate their case. Look for any flaws in your case. Try to get back in court. I've seen it happen. Attend any type of groups. Anybody that's coming from the outside that can help you in any way. Show the brothers, and that's how you gain respect, because people see that you're standing for something, that you're striving for knowledge, you're striving to better yourself, you're walking in your own greatness, you're functioning on a high vibration, your vibration is high, your energy level is high. You have forgotten all about being confined. This is just another address for you temporarily. As you walk to the yard, as you walk to the dining hall, or to your designated work post. You know, and break bread with your brothers. Break bread with your brothers. You know, and then once you begin to get the knowledge and begin to study and your level of understanding reaches a high frequency, then you're able to teach the brothers that are younger than you that are coming in, you know, buck fucking wild with no sense of direction. Then you have the ability and the power to reignite them to a different way of life inside the prison. No, the word I was looking for is reroute their thinking. Come home, get with your family. And those who are out here, you know, embrace the black family. At the end of the day, that's all you have. That's all you have at the end of the day. And one thing I want to make clear, just because someone is biologically connected to you, that's not a green light for them to fuck over you and run over you. Because you may find that same camaraderie with your friends. Sometimes friends treat you better than family. Friends understand you more than family. So don't feel guilty about that, because this is your life, this is your quest, and your quest is to find your spiritual route to the Creator or the God of your understanding. Which, you know, if it makes you, if it can make you the best person that you can be, take that route, because basically it's designed for you. But also your goal is to search for peace and happiness. And sometimes family can be your worst enemy. Family can hate on you more than anybody. But when you flip it over, family can elevate you to your highest frequency. Also, get in where you fit in, and then begin to grow. You know, get in where you fit in, and then once you fit in, then you can get in, and then you can start growing. Then you can let others in as a form of helping. Don't be a lame piece of shit, because that's how they dictating that you're going to be. The black man is lazy, he's trifling. All he wants to do is get high, commit crimes, live off of people, be a fucking leech, be a liar, be unfaithful, hanging in the strip clubs, you know, practicing a loser's mentality and behavior. Because there's nothing wrong with getting out there enjoying yourself, clubbing and the like, but you have to have a balance to that. You know, I don't indulge in that, you know, the clubbing and all that, strip club, and I don't indulge in that. My days have been long gone from that mentality and that lifestyle. Because I'm a broke millionaire. I've had it all. I've had it all. So there's nothing out there for me in terms of doing engaging in something for personal gratitude and satisfaction. My happiness and joy comes from when I make my contribution to the black race, to lift my people up, to bring them to a high frequency so we can all function on our God frequency, so we can get back what is rightfully ours, which is the entire globe, so we can once again rule. Because a lot of our brothers and sisters, especially the young, do not know that we once ruled the planet. That we ruled the planet at one time. So, you know, my joy comes from helping people, feeding the community, you know, being a part of the solution. I know how it is to be part of the problem. So, you know, embrace who you are. Walk in your own greatness. Everything is not as bad as you think it is. And every time we look at ourselves as being in a fucked up situation, somebody's more fucked up than we are. You know, you complain about your bed is too small, but what about the man who sleeps on the sidewalk? I don't have this, I don't have the proper dress to wear. I need this color jacket, I need this. What about the person with no arms? The person with nowhere to live to put a jacket up at? That's going to die this winter from not having a jacket. And then you're crying about what color you don't have. Sometimes we're not satisfied and we're not humble till everything is snatched from under our feet. Black people, start loving yourself. Stop hating on your family members, you know, wishing they would suffer because you're suffering inside. Your mind is fucked up. You don't look the same as you did 20 years ago. You feel bad. You look bad. And you want everybody to feel and look like you do. But it's a waste of time, because the more time you spend on that, the worse you get. Stop trying to compete with other people. Stop trying to compete with family. And just be yourself. Be yourself. People are going to talk about you till they put dirt on you. But what are they going to be saying? What are they saying? Just because they're talking about you